Hi, I'm Mike Rash from Legends Bows. Purpose for this video today is I want to kind of introduce some of the people that might have limitations as far as disability. I was involved in an accident myself that landed me in a wheelchair for over 13 months. Had to learn to walk again and still have chronic pain and major limitations due to the reconstructive surgery. A lot of what goes with injuries is not only the physical part but the mental part. The person that can't really find anything that they can do, and then the other side of that is that disability can also hinder the overall health of you as a person. Archery, I think, is for most people, is a very good outlet. Not only just for the target archer, but also for the hunter. I'm going to go over some of the things that have assisted me through my experience with this. I'm also going to cover most of these injuries are going to be maybe from the waist down, because I can relate to that when it comes to leg injuries. I also have a shoulder injury that is common with a lot of people, so I can touch on that a little bit. Of course, this video isn't going to be for everybody, but I'm hoping that it will impact those that it will relate to. I've kind of laid out some of the things that have gotten me through and around my issues. A quad is very helpful to those that have conditions as far as with their feet, legs, knees, anything to do with being able to walk for extended periods of time. In most states, and you'd have to check your state laws, but in California, if you have a disability and Fish and Game actually has an application that you can make out, your doctor signs and puts in there your type of disability, and what that permit will allow you to do is to be able to hunt out of a motor vehicle. Two requirements go with that. One, you have to be assisted by an able-bodied person. In other words, if you're going to harvest an animal and it's going to run into timbers that you're not going to be able to pursue it, you've got to have someone there to pick up and do that for you, and to assist you. Secondly, you notify Fish and Game prior to your hunting to the location that you're gonna be going afield, and you'd have to check your own local states to see what their state laws are. As far as mobility, a quad is very helpful. It can get you to certain locations of your hunting field. Maybe you can go for a certain distance from that to a designated hunting stand, be it tree stand. There's a lot of really well-made tree stands, ladder stands that a person with knee injuries or foot injuries or ankle injuries that can still use, and they have very good safety systems. Matter of fact, the best safety system and a tether to get you in and out safely into a tree stand can really help your odds of being able to get a field and harvest. Also, when it comes to the hunting aspect of archery, ground blinds are great, and it either be one that was made out of natural materials such as branches, limbs, brush, so forth, or if it's a tent blind styled ground blind. Again, what's really been helpful for me is I have a great handful of people that are friends that I hunt with, and what they do is go and assist me in the field. We get into areas that we're going to hunt. They'll usually go out and do a pre-hunt and look at the area that they want to put me. The important thing about the person that you're going to have, that friend or family member that's going to help you, is they need to know your disability. So if it's that you can get 100 yards and they can clear a path and it's level or something that they can get you to set you up. That's really important. But again, having somebody that knows your limitations is going to assist you in that. I have several things set out, and again, some of these are going to be related to hunting, and then some of those are going to be related to target, 3D, whatever kind of target, and I'll touch on those as I go. I talked about the quad for getting a field. Also, camouflage chairs or something like that you can have in a stand are going to be really helpful to you once you get there. When it comes to, like for instance, I was in a wheelchair for 13 months, bound to a wheelchair for 13 months, and then I did remain in it for a period of time after that. What you want to be able to do out of your wheelchair, especially if you're picking archery equipment, you want to be able to get a bow and in a combination of a weight that you can shoot from a sitting position comfortably. I shot out of this particular wheelchair for several months, and no, I did not use a 50-pound bow at that particular time, simply because I had to build up to it because of other injuries. But that's really, it doesn't matter what weight you're shooting when it comes to targets, but when you're hunting, then you're going to want to get a weight that you can legally hunt in the state that you're coming from. But most wheelchairs are pretty useful as far as armrests and so forth to kind of get out of your way. And what it does is it will set you up in a position, and you can shoot from that sitting position. You just want to do it so that your equipment is comfortable for your particular needs. Unfortunately, not all ranges are wheelchair accessible, but most target practice ranges do have an area that you can use a wheelchair. So there again, you're going to want to find those locations that a wheelchair can allow you to do it. If you're going to be hunting, a push chair is real helpful, because somebody can push you to a hunting area, you know, if they have to clear branches ahead of time or whatever, just to get to where they want to set you up. Again, quads are great. It's a motorized wheelchair, if you will, and as far as utilizing the quad and camouflaging it and hunting off of it, that's very usable too. Also, if you're going to 3Ds or target shooting, they make great canes that are combination seats. This is a walking cane that once you get to a spot like your next target, you can simply sit it there, sit down on it. You can, if you don't choose to sit and shoot, then you can just use it as you're waiting for your opportunity to shoot at the target, and then you can engage the target from either the sitting position or from a standing position. Also, like I said before, you got the camouflage chairs. You can use those. Again, what the most important thing of whatever it is you're going to use is you're going to want to practice in that. So you're going to want to get where you're comfortable. You might find yourself having to be in a certain angle. You might take your body and kind of plane it more towards your target. And then when you take the shot, you're going to want to practice the same way you intend to hunt, or the way you're going to shoot your targets. And find what's going to be comfortable for you as an individual with your particular needs. I mentioned earlier that I have a shoulder injury. My shoulder injury is in my left arm, which is my bow arm. Therefore, you notice I do not have a quiver on my bow. Well, the reason I do not have that quiver is because I like my bow to be light. It doesn't injure my shoulder when I'm holding it up to shoot. When you add that quiver and arrows to your bow, it becomes heavy. Sometimes that's what aggravates a shoulder injury. My biggest purpose here is to show you that even though you have certain injuries, you have to, as an individual, you have to go out there and try to find out and test yourself and see what you're able to do. Utilize friends and family, utilize different types of chairs, equipment, canes. But the important part is to pick up archery, give it a try, and I think it'll do two things for you. One, it'll give you a real outlet to enjoy life. You'll meet some really wonderful people, and again, it'll also make you a healthier person because of the activity that you're going to be able to do with your limitation at the same time. It's been a great sport for me, continues to be. You just have to do it at your abilities. Thank you again, and I'm really glad that I had the opportunity to speak to you.